How's it going, YouTube? Don here. In this video, we're going to talk about if web development is too saturated to get into in 2022. Now, this is a common question that's out there. Is it too late? Is it still worth learning web development? Or, any kind of the front end frameworks out there. And make sure you stay till the end of the video because what I'm going to tell you throughout this video is going to be really, really important. So the short answer is yes, web development is quite saturated, but that's actually a good thing. And I'll tell you why. When there's a lot of competitors in a certain field, it means that there's demand for those type of skills. But if you're especially this is not just the case with web development, this is with like most areas of software engineering. The entry level market is very, very saturated. When people talk about how, people can't find software engineers, they're talking about senior level engineers. But then a lot of entry level people get into the dilemma where, well, I can't get experience if I can't get a job. So how can I get a job if I can't get experience? Right? So, anyway, I'm going a little bit off topic here. Why is saturation a good thing? Well, when there's demand, that means when you can break into the industry, that means that you're going to have more opportunities for you. And I actually saw this for my own career, right? When I was just getting out of school and I couldn't find a job, it took me about 2 years because I graduated during the COVID pandemic and I wasn't, having a very good job search strategy. So naturally, I wouldn't get very good results. I wouldn't have a lot of interviews. It took me a really long time. But when I did end up getting that first job as an engineer, I found that after about, say, 4 months, 6 months or so of working my engineering job, I started getting reached out by these recruiters asking me if I was interested in any opportunities that came there that they had that they wanted to fill, which is great. So saturation is actually a good thing. When it's really competitive, that means there's demand for it. But your challenge then is just breaking into the market. So in this video, we're going to discuss some of the strategies that you could potentially take on that will help you to break into the industry. Now, before we get to tactical advice, let's talk about a really, really important concept here. And that is when somebody's hiring a junior developer, they're not hiring you based on what you know, based on, what frameworks that you know. They're banking on your potential. So as long as you can show them potential, then you're going to be good. You're going to be able to, you know, get in. But the hardest part is actually getting somebody to listen to you, right? To get that initial interview. That was the hardest part for me in getting interviews. And, that's a very common thing that I see a lot of junior developers getting into is the fact that they can't get interviews in the first place, right? You could do all the interview prep. I have a lot of, leak code problems on my channel, but, you could be a superstar in leak code, but if you don't have any interviews to perform on leak code, it's kind of a moot point, right? So, anyway, what are some strategies that you could do in order to gain that attention that you're looking for? Now, a lot of advice out there will tell you to do personal projects, have a good resume, but I'm going to talk about some non-traditional methods in order to get the attention that you'd be looking for. So, one is going to be, you want to send cold emails. What you want to do is you want to, and I actually borrowed this from my career as an entrepreneur, is you want to send a short, cold email saying, "Hey, new to the, I'm new to the X area. Let's just say that you're in the Los Angeles area. I'm new to the Los Angeles area, and I saw your post on or your job posting on AngelList, and I'd love to ask you 3 to 5 questions on your experience working there." You notice how I'm not actually pitching, that I'm interested in applying to your job. I just want to ask 3 to 5 questions, right? So I prefer to do a I prefer to do a kind of a coffee chat in person kind of thing, but you can definitely do it through Zoom as well. But the point here is you want to get feedback on your portfolio or your resume or stuff like that. And then what you want to do is you want to implement the stuff that founder or CEO or hiring manager has told you. You implement that feedback and then you apply to the job then. And then you say, hey, I applied your feedback. We talked in a little bit. And then, you know, let them do it. And let's just say that they reject you. It's like, hey, I'm really interested. I think it's my dream company. What can we do about it? And then you negotiate kind of a deal to get you to do the software, to get like a software job basically. So that's one of the strategies that you could do. That's actually pretty effective. Another thing that you should do is when you apply to a job, look for the recruiter, look for the CTO, look for the CEO on LinkedIn, and either send them a Loom video or send them a Vidyard video. I personally like Vidyard simply because of the fact that you can make these like animated thumbnails. So what I like to do is I like to take a whiteboard like this, right? I'll write their name down, right? I'll write their name, say hi John, and then what I do is I do a little wave, and then it shows kind of a GIF. It really gets attention and it's really effective. And what you want to do is you want to do like a 20-second pitch. It's like, hey, I just applied for your job. I have experience in XYZ. I've done X projects, and I just want to put the face to the name. You send a LinkedIn recruiter request, wait till they accept, and then start that conversation. What this is going to do is it's going to put a face to the name and show that you're a proactive person, right? Combining these two strategies will really help you to stand out despite being in a competitive field. And that's really going to solve the question of saturation when it comes to learning web development in 2022. So, the burning question, should you learn web development in 2022? I argue, yes, you should. There's always going to be a demand for developers out there, and you should definitely go for it. The only thing that you need to do is you need to be mindful on how you are reaching out to prospects. You need to make sure that you're differentiating yourself from the rest of the people that are just out there submitting resumes into the wind. Now, that method is not going to work. As a self taught developer, when you're learning for your own, you need to be different. And by implementing the ways that I talked about in this video, I'm sure you're going to increase the amount of results that you get. And the beautiful thing about this as well is you can adjust the amount of projects that you do, be what kind of projects that you need to make in order to have a good portfolio based on the feedback that people will give you, right? So you go ahead, you schedule these coffee chats, you just show them a very basic portfolio. Let's just say that you did like a Udemy course and you did all those projects there. You show them and you say, hey, can I get some feedback on my portfolio? And then they'll tell you, you have good portfolio projects, but they're just not relevant to what we're doing here at XYZ Startup. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make those uh, portfolio projects that they'd be asking for. You're essentially asking the market what they want and giving it to them. That's really the beauty of this. So anyway, if this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.